Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be searching this grab bag. It's $55 of repunched mint marks that I ordered from a member of Kaneka, which is a major error and variety collecting society in the States, but it'll be some good examples. I'm not totally sure what I ordered, so I'm going to go coin by coin and try to get a microscope or something like that so we can see these varieties pretty clearly, but let's see how I did. I'll open these up and you tell me what you think. And it may not look like a standard grab bag, but I'm just going to tear this envelope open and see what we've got. I've got a little coin loop right here. I'm not sure how good of a job it will do in terms of identifying the varieties, but I'm excited to see what we get. And it's quite a scene switch, I'm sure, for you. But one thing that ended up happening is that this is how the envelopes, they're stapled together, which makes for a little bit more of a challenging experience in terms of how the viewer sees me unbox these coins. So I took this one down, haven't looked closely at which coins are there. I'm going to do the same with this one and be right back, and then we can just go coin by coin through this as opposed to a more challenging experience where, I'm constantly struggling to open these up. But let's get right into the coins. And now I believe I've got a better setup, and we're just going to get started with the first coin here, a repunched mint mark from 1944. This is FS507, and it's so interesting in terms of how the ones that are FS listed get a lot more attention, but there's tons more mint marks out there that are repunched. And now I'm going to go to the digital viewer. Let's see, and we'll see how this ends up working, because I'm going to try to zoom in and show you just where this coin is. It's pretty tough to see, but it's going to be right along the top of the D mint mark. You can sort of see a protruding north, but it's so worn that it would be challenging to see it if you rotate it around in the light, as I did, because I picked it up to tell you the truth, and I was like, hey, I can't even see the coin. So I rotated it around, but it's right in the top there. So that's a nice coin, and to buy it for like $2 or something, that's a pretty good steal, I think, especially if these things take off a little bit and they're fun to collect and own. Our next one is going to be this repunched mint mark from 1953 on the Denver one. And again, just so many different repunched mint marks out there. This one is really quite clear. So as I'm rotating around here, let me see if I can just get slightly more in focus. But it's a super clear protrusion, all from to the west of the main mint mark. So that's a really nice example, and I feel like, again, for $2, something like that, when it's so clear, I'd much prefer this to something like the 1944D. So I think that that might be worth a little bit more, and I'm going to try to do a running tally. Here, next up, we have this AU 1954D repunched mint mark. Let's see how that's going to look, and that looks pretty clearly. Let's see, where does it protrude? I think it's sort of in the middle, and I think that there's a little bit of, is that paper on it or something? Yeah, you can kind of see it now that I'm rotating it. It's like in the middle of the mint mark, and then to the north is where you can find it. There's a little bit still red luster where that repunching is going to be found, and that's a little bit clear, but not quite as nice as the 1953D. Let's see, 1944. It looked like we had some dimes in there too. Often those can be a little bit more clear as well. Here, this looks like, again, it's easier to see than the 1944D FS507. This looks like 502, just clearly to the north. That's the type of repunchment mark that I really think is worth collecting actively. And it's sort of fun, these coins often take a little more than a super quick glance to discern if they have these repunchings, which is why they're often still out there. Now, this is really nice. The price tag on that is $3, but I bet it's worth a little bit more than that. Just such a clear repunching. I feel like that, is a coin that a lot of people would want to own. You can see it to the west as well as on the inside of the mint mark, but another great addition for us. So let's see what this next one is. 1955D repunchment mark number 3. So let's see. This one, I believe the repunching is going to be in the lower right-hand corner, in the southeast corner. And that's a solid repunching. I think it doesn't quite have like the super clear shelf that the last one did, but I want to say that or maybe it's sort of protruding from the top there, but I want to say that this is an east-west repunching. I would ascribe a little less value to that one. Then we've got the 1949D. So this one, let's see how that looks. Okay, That's just a pretty, looks like a strong spread in the northwest or northeast to the southwest. So clear up there, and it shows, most of these can still be found when they're pretty worn. It makes you think, whenever you get an unsearched roll of, or an uncherry-picked BU roll, definitely go through and try to pick out some of this stuff, because it can be even easier having it clear. This is a 1961D, and looks like clearly to the east-west. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's where it is. So that's a cool one. This is our first dime, 1970, reverse of 1968. So pretty sure what we're going to be searching for here on the back is, and you can sort of see it without me putting it underneath the scope, but you've got two deep valleys in the flame. Let me see. I have this coin lying around 1985. I think that would share the same reverse, but if we put it under the microscope, there are, it's not showing as well as it was. I'll have some photos though that I'll re-edit in, just to show you what I'm talking about. But this sort of transitional reverse, I think that they're not super easy to come by. So I'm curious what this would sort of trade for in this AU shape. Looks like it circulated a little bit, but it's not something I don't think too many people are searching for. Here's a 1960D repunched mint mark. There's a really nice double die repunched mint mark, or it's like small date over large date. But this one really clear as well. I really like how that looks. And I wonder if I had it here, if you could tell. I bet you could zoom in. Yeah, I think that you can see a little bit of the contrast, but I sort of prefer just having that really nice view over here on the coin microscope where there is super clear repunching. That's what I'm after. Now that looks great. 1944D repunched mint mark on the mercury dime. So time to check it out under the microscope, and that is a gorgeous repunching. Really, really nice big spread to the southeast, or not spread, but like huge protrusion. That's a great find, and I'm curious what type of auction results there are for this coin, because I feel like, I don't know, that's in nice condition. Doesn't look cleaned really to me, or circulated for that matter. I don't think we've got the maybe there is the full bands. I'd have to look a little bit closer, but good work there. Looks like another 1970D reverse of 1960. So looks worn under the television. Or the screen. I don't need to look close at it to see that, but hey, good to double up on an error. Maybe, if there's a new collector or something, could give it to them, get them interested in varieties. Here we've got a mercury dime FS501 repunched mint mark. So let's see how that looks under. Ooh, and again, I think these mercury dime repunchings are just awesome. Look how strong that is up there in the corner, all through both the serif, and then both serifs you can see spread in addition to sort of that northwest part, but that's really great. We've got two more coins. This one looks like our last dime now that I pick it up. 1941S repunched mint mark. If it's anything like the last one, I'll be quite happy. Let's see. This one looks like it's protruding. I think that's just damage to the mint mark. It looks like it's in the top, again, south, or this is now southeast of the initial northwest punching. That's what I want to say, and that's a nice find, absolutely. So just add some depth to the mercury dime series when you search for it. I'm a little unclear on values. I don't think that we did badly at all. I think if I went to sell this to a coin dealer, the coin dealer would probably want to pay like nothing for it, because it would just be a real pain to have them sell the coins individually. But here's our 1959D, really nice repunched mint mark there. Clear separation of the two mint marks, and that is going to be our last one for today. But yeah, I'll have that value calculation running. Curious what it'll end up looking like, but very happy with our results. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. I've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can follow me there. TreasureTownYT.com is the main channel website. Definitely give that a visit. I've got a lot of information about me up there and the channel. Coingrabbag.com as well currently redirects there, but it's some good opportunities for very fair grab bags, both made by me and other sellers. A lot of different options, so that's a good way to support. There's also treasuretowncoins.com. In the future, my coin dealing operation will be done out of that website. Coinmeltprice.com for updates on the melt prices of your coins, both US and world. A lot of resources in that website. And then coinsmetalscards.com being developed right now as a marketplace and news source for coins, metals, cards, and collectibles in general. So I'll see you on my future videos. Looking forward to seeing you there, and hope you have a good day.